up, and we'll get your stick and at least one of the balls in the bag. If you don't have the stick, I think all you guys have the stick. So let's just start with our feet. It's kind of nice to keep our feet taken care of, I think. It's hard sometimes, we don't think about it, so how important it is. So let's just do our normal routine. We're gonna put our arch across the stick. We're gonna lean in, meaning put pressure on it. Inhale to 4, exhale to 4, and release. Try to find another spot, or you can do the same spot if you want. I like to roll up and down the arch. Inhale to 4, exhale, release, and one more time. And then let's just rock our foot. Left and right, right and left. And then we're going to roll from our arch to our heel. And like I twist my foot a little bit to try to get the inside and outside edges. And again, if there's any spots in your heel that you need a little bit of attention or pressure, let's just lean in, put some weight on it. Inhale to 4, exhale to 4. And then let's go from the arch to the ball of the foot. I like to go over my toes. And then let's do the entire foot. Okay, let's get the other one on the stick. So again, arch across, lean in, put your weight on it. Inhale to 4, exhale to 4, release. Find another spot, same thing. Inhale and exhale, and one more time. And then let's rock, right to left, left to right. And then let's roll from the arch to the heel. And again, if there's a spot in your heel, again, lean in. Inhale and exhale. And I do twist my foot, the same thing like the other one, to get the inside and outside edges. And then let's go from the arch to the ball of the foot. I go over my toes. And then let's do the entire foot. Okay. Just take the stick vertically, put your entire foot on it, and just put weight on that foot. On the foot that's on the stick. See if you can put most of your weight on there. You need to hold on, hold on. And release, and let's just roll our foot right and left, left and right. And let's do the other side, same thing. Put most of your weight on that foot, hold on if you need to. And then roll right to left, left to right. Release. Put that to the side. Have your ball by you. And we're just gonna, I have my feet hip distance apart. I'm just gonna lift my toes and try to spread them out. When you get your fingers involved, do the same thing. Be nice. And lift. And release. And one more time. Lift. And release. Okay. And now we're going to get the ball, and we're just going to squeeze our toes around it and release. Squeeze your toes, release, and one more time. Do the other foot. side, and we're just going to do some heel raises now. And it stretches out your toes. And now we're going to stretch the front part of the foot. So I just turn my foot under. Keep it straight, so it's not bending in and out. We do that later. And then just lean into it. The more you lean in, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. Make sure you don't take the intensity above a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. And now just rock your heel back. I mean left and right. Okay, let's do the other one. Same thing. Just going to make it go straight. You should feel a nice stretch up the front of your foot into your shin a little bit. And then rock your heel. Right to left, left to right. Okay, great. Now we're just gonna rotate our ankle, our knee, and our hip in a circle. And we're gonna go 5 times in one direction. And let's go 5 times in the other direction. You feel it in that hip joint. And now we're going to do the other foot, same thing, the other leg. And the other way. Okay. It's just, I have my feet a little bit wider than hip distance, and we're just going to work that hip a little bit more, go out and in. And let's do the other one. We hear a little bit of cracking and popping. Okay, let's take we'll go up to our shoulders a little bit. Let's take the pole or the broomstick. We're going to put it on our shoulders here, and let's just twist right and left, and it's just our upper torso. We're trying to keep our hips as much as we can forward. Now let's do one more time each side. Okay, now we are going to take our hips with us. So that means when I go to the left, I'm going to come up on my right toe, go to the right, coming up on my left toe. So our hips are following the torso now. Okay. And now we're going to lean to the the left, and when we lean, that hip goes out. And the other side. And let's just lift, do some presses overhead. Okay, let's bring the pole into our elbows. And again, we're going to twist left and right. Time. And we're going to roll forward. And roll back. Drop the pole into your palms. Your palms are around it, facing forward. We're just going to lift. When you lift, pull your shoulder blades together. I'm going to bend our elbows and work our triceps a little bit. So I have the pole right by my waist, or right a little bit below it. And we're just gonna keep your elbows out. We're just gonna stretch. Bring the pole forward. We're gonna work our wrist a little bit. So go up and down. I like this one for our wrist. And now we can do a little bit of lifting for our arms. Okay, now let's go have our hands come up. So my palms are facing the ceiling, and again with the wrist up and down. And then we're going to do some curls. Okay, grab the pole, your palms are down on it, and we're just going to lift it to the right, and you can look as you lift to right and left. And one more time each side. And we're going to go to the right again, but this time we're going overhead to the left. Left again. And one more time each side. Okay, and come down. We'll just lift it over our head and back, down, up, and down, and one more time. Now you can spread your arms out if you'd like, and if you can, go up and above and behind. If you can, just lift overhead. Okay, and then if we can, let's roll it around our body. 3 in that one direction, and the opposite direction. Okay, take your hand across your body, my right hand across, grabbing the pole with my left, and we're just going to twist out. Let's do the other side, same thing. Okay, let's have the pole in front of us. And I have my feet hip distance apart. And we're just going to roll the pole down the front of our body. Try to keep your back flat as long as you can. Go bend your knees a little bit and then just curl. Have your head be heavy and have your knees bent a tiny bit. Stretching your hamstrings, your lower back, and then your upper back a little bit. Shake your head, yes. Shake it, no. And let's bend your knees and curl all the way up. Let's put the pole over to the side. I just like to do this one just to stretch a little bit more so the backs of my hands are facing forward. And I'm going to lift up my left hand and push back, bring the shoulder blades together and release. Other side, press back. Let's do that 2 more times each side. And one more time. Now we're going to have our hands flex and we're going to press up and down. And one more time each side. Okay. Put your left hand up. I'm just going to make it go behind our head. And the other one. Take your hands, intertwine them behind your back, stretch out. And we are gonna see if we can lean forward and try to raise your arms up to the ceiling. Bend your knees if you like. And come Bring your palm, your fingers intertwine again. Press out in front of you, up overhead. And this time we're going to lean left, but don't push out your hip. Leave your hip straight. And we're going to go right. Come back, go down. Have your arms out like this. Bring your palms up and down, up, down, up, and down. Bring your arms in, squeeze out, in, squeeze out. And one more time each side. Twist. Roll our shoulders back, rolling forward. And then we're just gonna just rock side to side. Okay, come down on our mats. Have your roller near you, as well as your strap. And let's we're going to start with mobilizing the spine with our cat and cow. So we're in alignment, fingers are spread on the mat, elbow creases are forward, shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. My core is pulled in, so I have my navel coming into my spine. I have a flat back, my head is in alignment, and I'm going to inhale, drop my belly, look up. As I inhale, exhale, curve your spine, chin comes to chest. And let's just do this 5 times. Go with the flow of your breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And let's do 2 more times. Inhale, and exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale, and exhale. Let's grab your roller right here, and let's just roll out. We're kind of like in that tabletop, but now we're on the roller, and we're going to roll out our wrists and our forearms. Take this over to the side, and let's bring our knees out, toes together, and glutes go on our heels, and let's just stretch out that lower back. Make sure when you go down that you really want your glutes to be on your heels, and then put your head down and put it in your block, in your fist, in your palms, or just on the mat, whatever works best for you. And let's take a couple breaths here. Let's walk over to the right. Your left glute can come a little bit off of your foot, your heel. So, because then you want to feel that side body stretch. Your nose, your forehead to your right knee as you stretch. And breathe. Walk over to the center. And now let's go over to the left side. Same thing. Your right glute can come off that heel as you stretch into. Get your nose and your chin on your knee. Come back to center. Stretch. And walk the hands up. Let's go into a tabletop again. Put stretch out your right foot, and let's just pulse and see if we can stretch that calf a little bit. Put your foot over your other leg and take a look at it, a little twist here. Come back to center. Do the other foot, the left foot, same thing. Stretch your calf out as you pulse. And cross it over your right leg and take a look. And come back. Bend your knee, foot going to the ceiling, and let's just pulse. Come down, other leg to the ceiling, and pulse. Now let's take the right leg and let's just out to the side. And let's take the other one. Okay. Spread your knees out again. Toes together. Come on your elbows. Just rotate your wrists. In both directions. And if you want to get your fingers involved, you can. One more time on our hands and knees. Elbow creases forward. We are going to lift our left hand up to the ceiling and needle it through your arm. Do that again. And on the next one, we're going to actually come all the way down on that shoulder. And see if you can get your head on the mat. If you can't, that's fine. You can just go like this. And let's take a couple breaths here. And come up and down. Let's do the other side. Same thing. Up, through, up, through. One more time. Up. And this time we're going to come all the way down. And up. And back. Let's do one more stretch for our lower back, and then we'll sit on the mat. So I have my heels down, I'm going to stretch it out. And come up. Let's sit on the mat here and grab the ball and the block, and we'll just work out the calf a little bit more. So in the fleshy part of the calf, we're going to put the ball, and we're going to cross our leg over. And breathe. If that's too much pressure, you want to keep it at a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10. You don't need to do that. Cross your leg over. And then we're going to point and flex. You could keep your leg crossed over if you'd like. And then rotate it in one direction 5 times. And the opposite. And then we're going to roll that calf over the ball left and right. And if you want to go in a circle, you can. Both directions. Okay, now let's do the other leg, same thing. So in the fleshy part of the calf, cross your leg over. Just take a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. And one more breath. And then we're going to point and flex our foot. And then we're going to roll it to the right. And roll it the opposite way. And then we're going to roll our calf and see if you can go in a circle. And the opposite way. And release. Let's put the block over to the side. Let's take the ball right in the crevice of the knee here. And if this is too much for you, you don't have to put the ball in, but just bring your knee into your chest. And take a couple breaths here. And if you'd like, you can, to intensify it a tiny bit, go down on your back. Let's take a couple breaths here. And then come up, and now we'll do the other side, same thing. And we're doing the other leg, same thing, we're gonna go back. And come up, the ball over to the side. Let's bring our feet together. And let's bounce our knees up and down. And then we're gonna come over so my elbows are keeping my knees down. And we're keeping a flat back, so you don't want to roll. You just want to come down with your chest up, and we're just stretching our hips out a little bit. Every time you exhale, just see if you can release a little bit. And come up, put your feet out to the edges of the mat, hands behind you, and you're just going to windshield wiper. Okay. I'm going to come and put my mat over here. I'm going to take, let's take the balls in the bag. And let's just roll out our sacrum here. So hands on your hips, and where your thumb is, that's a good place. But you can also, when you roll down, you can find the spot that you need to work in. So you're just going to put the ball on either side. You can lift your, I have my feet on the floor. I'm lifting my glutes and just finding a spot where I can work that sacrum out here. I have my arms in a T position. Feet are at the edges of the mat because we're going to do windshield wipers, but we're going to hold right here now. And you can just rock a little bit, left to right. And then so walk a little bit, and then we're going to have our feet out, like I said, at the edges of the mat. Arms are at T position, I have my palms down. You're going to inhale, center, and when you exhale, see if you can drop your knees over to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, and drop your knees over to the right. And let's do that again. Inhale, center, drop left. Inhale, center, drop right. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay. And then bring your feet by your glutes. Lift your glutes, take the balls out. Grab your knees. You can bring your head into your knees. And let's just roll out that lower back. Go 3 times in one direction and 3 times in the other. Okay, we'll come up to a seated position. And we're going to roll out our glutes. So we're going to put the ball on the inside of the sit bone here. And we're just going to sit here. You can rock back and forth if you'd like. And we're gonna just roll that ball round that sits bone. I go 5 times, one direction, and then 5 the other. This is a little bit more intense than the roller. And now we're gonna find that spot on the outside of our hip that needs a little bit of tension. I kind of like to put it on the outside here and just roll kind of up and down. So you find that spot that needs to be worked on. So I found it right here. So now we're just gonna drop our knee down and up, and down, and up, and one more time, down, and up. So now we're gonna go down and straighten the leg if you can, and in. That makes it a little bit more intense. Down, if it's too intense, don't do it. And one more time. Okay. And then if you want, you can roll forward and back. Okay. Now we're gonna do the other side, same thing. First we're gonna sit on it, roll your wrist out a little bit. So we're gonna sit on it first here. You can rock if you want. Doesn't move very much. And now we're gonna roll in one direction, around that sit spot, and the other way. Okay, and then we're gonna have it on the outside of that hip here. And we're gonna sit up and drop that knee and raise it, drop it, and raise it. And one more time, drop and raise. And now we're gonna drop it and extend the leg. Up, drop, extend, and one more time. And then if you want, you can roll up and down. Okay. Take the balls, and if you'd like to roll your wrists again. Okay. Put the balls back in the bag. We're gonna use them a little bit later. Let's take the roller, put it under your knees. I really like this one. And I'm gonna lift my glutes, and I'm gonna put the roller right across that sacrum area. I'm gonna stretch out my legs so their toes are touching the front of the wall. Stretch my arms, touching the wall behind me. And breathe. I'm gonna take my right knee into my left knee, into my chest as I'm lengthening my right leg. Then grab your knee, left knee with right hand, put your left arm in a T position, and just cross this over your body. You can look over your left arm. You get a little crack in the back actually. And pull in one more time, and release. Now I'm gonna take my right knee into my chest, breathe as I lengthen my left leg. Should feel a nice stretch here too. Grab my right knee with my left hand, my right arm extended out in the T position. Cross my leg and my knee over to the left, and I'm gonna look over my right arm. Come back to center, pull it into the chest one more time, and let's do a nice body stretch overhead. Reach, toes, reach. Let's grab the roller, bring your knees into your chest and your feet up to the ceiling, stretching out our hamstrings. Let's take a couple of breaths here. Every time you exhale, see if you can get your toes to come towards your face. And let's straighten our toes, and we're going to open into a V, stretch our inner thighs, and out, in, and out, and one more time. We're going to bring our knees into our chest, and we're going to drop one leg and pick it up, and the other leg. Actually, our toe. So one toe and the other, and one more time. And now we're going to drop both toes to the ground and up, down and up, down and up. Let's do 2 more of these. Kind of working our core a little bit. Now we're going to jut our legs out, and how high or low you are is based on what feels good for you. And again, we're working our core. So pull your core, have your core engaged. Okay. And put your legs down. Let's just do one more good body stretch. Stretch up. Stretches out the abdominal muscles too. All right. Bring your feet in. Raise your glutes. And come over to the side. I'm going to use the roller again, but just put it to the side now. We're going to take the balls in the back, and we're just going to do a mobility stretch for our spine. So we're going to start here. This is the one where we have the balls in the bag. They're going horizontally. They come this way, right behind the belly button. And then we're going to move them up to right by the bra line. And then we're going to move them right into our shoulder blades. So this is a 3-part thing here. So we're going to go start here, and we're just going to lay back on them. If you need something under your head, feel free to do that. Put my arms in a T position here. I'm going to straighten my legs out. And what I'm going to do is bring my knee into my chest. If it feels better to have this leg bent, you can. Whatever works best for you. So I'm bringing this knee in. And I'm going to release. Bring the other one in. And release. And then let's move it up to right by the bra line. And now we're putting our arms into a T position and feet at the edges of the mat. And you can also, I just rolled it up, but you can just lay it on the mat like this and then just come down on it right by that bra line there. Okay. Feet at edges of the mat, and we're going to windshield wiper. And one more time each side. Okay, and now we're just going to roll it right in between our shoulder blades here. And with this one, we're going to reach up to the ceiling, and we're going to grab, give ourselves a big bear hug. I have my right arm underneath, and I'm going to roll side to side. And I'm going to reach up again, and another bear hug. This time I have my left arm underneath, and again, roll side to side. Okay. And we're going to roll off of that. Since we're down here using this, grab your block, and we're going to work on the head. So the first thing we're going to do is the balls in the back, again, are going to be horizontally across the block. And we're going to start right on the bump in the back of our head, the occipital bone there. Then we're going to move the block. Here, let me see. So first we're going to be up here. Then we're going to move the block so it's right resting on our shoulders, and then the balls are going to be right in our neck here. So we haven't done this for a while, but let's do it. So I have the block, and I have the balls are going to go right into that occipital bone. So it's like keep my fingers there because I always feel like it's going to slide out. I have all this product on my hair. So keep your arms. You can either keep them by your side, you can keep them in 45 degree. If you want to keep them in a T position, that's fine too. So I have them on the occipital bone. My chin is actually going to my chest. And I'm going to lift up and down, up and down. And one more time. Now I'm just going to inhale center and roll my head to the left. Inhale center, roll to the right. Again, inhale center, roll left. Inhale center, roll right. And one more time. Okay. Now we're going to just push the block down so it's at the top of your shoulders there. And now the balls are behind your right on your neck, and now your chin is going up to the ceiling. So this time we're going to breathe right here. Take a few breaths. And we're going to inhale. Roll your head to the left. Inhale, roll your head to the right. Inhale, exhale left. Inhale, exhale right. And again. And let's do 2 more times each side. Okay, if you want, one more time. Okay. Roll over to the side. And let's put those over to the side there. Let's take the roller. Let's take the roller underneath our knees. Just want to roll out our lower back here. So let's sit on the roller and just roll out our lower back. Go from the middle of the glutes all the way up to the waist. Okay, now I'm going to take the roller to my shoulder blades. Intertwine my hands behind my head. Let your head be heavy. And elbows are out, and see what your back bend looks like today. You inch your head to the floor. You should feel a nice stretch in your upper chest. Elbows stay out. And now, let's lift your head up slowly and down. I don't want you to get dizzy, so do what you need to do not to get dizzy. Up and down, and one more time. Now let's lift, and we're just going to bring our arm over to the outside of our right knee, and our arm over to the outside of the left. Let's do that again. And again. And one more time. And then let's lift our leg, let's lift our glutes, and we're just going to roll from our shoulders to our broad line. Okay. And let's come off. Let's take the roller. I like to roll out our entire spine, so let's take the roller vertically on the mat, and we're going to roll all the way down. So we're on the mat from our glutes to our head. And just every time you exhale, inhale, and when you exhale, see if you can just relax your spine into the roller. I have my hands at 45 degrees for my hips. Let's take one more breath here. Have my feet out to the edges of the mat. I'm just going to roll right to left and let your head drop. Okay, take your arms at your hips and then just lift them overhead, and they're spread out. The backs of your hands are on the ground above you. You should feel a nice stretch in your upper chest. It's kind of like doing a little bit of a back bend here, but you're on the roller. And breathe and release. Now we're going to roll. Have your arms in T position, palms are up. We're going to roll onto our right side and put our hands together. And now we're going to roll to the left side. Hands together. Do this 2 more times each side. You might feel a little awkward actually, like you're going to fall off the roller one side or another. I kind of like it because when you put all that weight onto that, the right or left side, it feels like you're doing some acupressure to that hip too. Now let's go one more time each side. Okay. And let's just relax on the roller again. Let your hip into the middle. Let your whole spine relax in. And then let's slowly roll our spine out again. Left, right, right and left. And let your head just go with it. And one more time each side. Okay, and let's roll off the roller. And put the roller off to the side. Strap available. And what we're going to do is just some stretches. So we're going to do the number 4 stretch. Put your left foot over your right knee. Flex your feet. Pull your knee into your chest. You should feel a nice stretch in your left hip. And release. Cross the legs over. The knees over each other and pull in. Again, another stretch in the hip. Goes a little bit further down. And release. Other foot, so right foot on left knee, feet are flexed, pull in. And release. Cross your knees over each other, pull them in, feet are flexed. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Come down and let's roll. 3 times in one direction and 3 in the other. Grab your strap. I'm lengthening out my right leg. I'm putting the strap around my left. And I'm grabbing it with both hands. And I'm bringing, the heel is, foot is flexed. Heel's going to the ceiling. Leg is straight. Should feel a nice stretch in your hamstring. I'm going to take the strap in my right hand. I'll extend my left arm out. I'm going to cross that leg over my body. Keep both shoulders on the mat. Should feel a nice stretch in your hip. Come up to center, grab. Now this time grab the strap with your left hand and you're going to take the leg out to the left. This time, besides your shoulders being on the mat, you want to make sure both hips stay on the mat. this time you feel a little bit of a stretch in your inner thigh. Back up to center, and you can stretch your hamstring a little bit if you want. And now we're going to do the other leg, same thing. So heels flexed to the ceiling. I'm grabbing it with both, the strap with both hands. You don't have to, you can grab it with whichever one you want. Other leg is extended. Trying to keep your leg as straight as possible. I'm going to grab the strap with my left hand and bring my right leg over to the left. As I look, you can look over your right arm if you'd like. You should feel a nice stretch right in your hip area, into the side of your thigh a tiny bit. And breathe. Come up to center, grab this time with your right hand and bring your leg over. Make sure your left hip stays on the ground. It doesn't come up. And come back up to center. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Bring your forehead to your knees. Roll 3 times in one direction and the other. Come over to the side and let's come up to a seated position here. Just stretch out our shoulders. So let's just stretch out. I'm going to grab our left arm, make it go over to the right. Brace it with your right arm and look over your left shoulder. You feel a nice stretch right down your shoulder. And release, other side. Brace it, over. And release. Let's take your left hand, pat your shoulder, grab your elbow, pull back. Take some breaths here. And release over to the right. Bend over to the right. Back up, release, other side. Right elbow up. Pull it back with your left hand. Take a couple breaths. Lean over to the other side, to the left side. Come up, push your arms out, intertwine them. I have my left hand underneath. And you're going to press your elbows up. Now we're going to intertwine the other way. And up. And release. And put your fingers on your shoulders. Massage, bring your elbows together and out. When you go out, you can pull your shoulder blades together. And one more time. Bring them in and circle back. And circle forward. Put your hands on your knees and just lift your shoulders up and drop them. Lift them up. Drop them and lift them up and drop them. Roll back and roll forward. Take your chin, jut it out, jut it back, out and back. So we're taking it off center, so we're all in alignment. But now we're taking our chin out and we're taking it back. Okay, now we're going to take our chin over our left shoulder, center, right shoulder, again left, and center, and one more time, right. And let's just drop our ear and look up to the ceiling. And come back, right ear to right shoulder, look up at the ceiling. Come back, look over to the left. drop your chin to your armpit and your nose and just stretch here. Back up, look the other way, nose to armpit as you press down a tiny bit, come up, and then we're gonna just rotate. Nose goes over to the left, and we're gonna come down, and your nose is going in a circle in one direction. And one more time, come up, and we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're gonna go in the other direction. Take your hands, put them behind your neck here. You can massage and look up. And put them behind your head, intertwined, and press down. And release. Just work our wrists and our forearms. So we're going to take our wrists and pull back. And down. And back. And one more time, the other hand. Open and close your hands. Rotate your wrist. It's kind of nice to make a fist and then open your fingers. Go the other opposite way. Intertwine them and twirl. And then try to twirl the other way. That's always hard for me. Okay, just shake them out. Okay, guys. I'm going to stop there.